Right. So today we're going to talk about the seven-figure blueprint, how to build a multi-million dollar real estate portfolio from scratch. I'll be the host. So what we're going to discuss, we're going to talk about my story. We're going to talk about the old way of getting into real estate and hotels, the new way. I'm going to show you the software that I just created, who's the software for, and what the investment will look like. So if you don't know who I am, and especially if this is your first time, if this is not your first time, you've definitely heard my story before. My name is Davonne Reaves, also known as the Queen of Hotels, closed about $50 million in transactions for real estate and hotels. Have a book called How to Buy a Hotel. It's on Amazon. That was on the first slide. Created over 100 hotel owners and investors. Founder of Vestor, which is a crowdfunding platform, over 15 years in hospitality and investing. And my portfolios generated 1.5x or 2x returns uh, to my investors. So my story, I started off as a front desk agent. That was me at working at the front desk as a front desk agent. And I did not know at the time that real estate could change my life. I didn't find out until years later after I graduated that how real estate could change my life because I saw it change so many other folks' lives and so many millions and billions that were created. So I spent years in the hospitality industry, checking in millionaires, working with billionaires, uh, and then I took a non-paid internship and I got into that's how I literally got into hotel ownership by being in the right rooms, by literally changing my circle. I didn't have a roadmap. It wasn't YouTube. It wasn't Davonne Reaves. It wasn't podcasts. It wasn't webinars like this where you can really get on and understand the process. So I built my own roadmap. And throughout that process, I closed 50 million transactions as well as helping others do the same. So the old way, as far as how people got into real estate, right? They would hire a consultant or work with somebody like myself or others at a minimum of 5 to 25,000 just to get advice, right? But of course, nothing is guaranteed of getting a deal. The people I worked with closely, fortunately, they weren't able to close on deals, or they would take a course, pre-recorded videos that don't answer your specific questions. Or you would have to figure it out alone, hours on YouTube, spreadsheets, and guesswork, still confused or really just like waiting for the perfect moment, like paralysis, watching others build wealth, while you may sit on the sidelines. And probably the biggest one that I've seen is the analysis paralysis. Too many tools, too much data. You never really pull the trigger, right? It's just, you just keep spinning trying to find the right deal. So what the old way actually cost, right? So the consulting fee, 5,000 to 25,000 per engagement. As I mentioned, no deal guaranteed. Taking a generic course. I'm sure I've had how many folks in here have taken my course? I think I've seen some folks who've taken my course. Yeah, so we had some folks that it was good information, right? But I'm sure you're like, okay, wait a minute, Dave. I got a whole bunch of questions for you. All right. So some generic courses from 1,000 to 5,000, missed deals, missed opportunities can range from 50 to 500,000. Analysis tools, $200 to $500 a month, or time loss, 12 to 24 months. So before I get into, and I try to ask this before, I don't know if y'all can hear me. Before we get into like the exact methodology, how many people on a call you're looking to invest or you're looking to buy? Like you're looking to become a passive or active investor? Active, passive, so both. Okay. Okay. Passive for now. So So my exact methodology for any deal, any question, any market, what if it's available to you for like 24 hours a day? Like quicker response, right? The new way, which I'll show you, which you can ask anything, anytime, instant deal analysis, no generic advice, fraction of the cost. As market shifts, so does intelligence when you're working with it, right? Active. So let's talk about the old way versus the new way, right? So you got the consultant fee, the high consultant fee. The new way, or my software is $57 a month. The generic pre-recorded, but it's your specific deal, your specific question. Because if you've been on any of my previous webinars, you know how it's always, well, it depends on the deal. Well, it depends on the deal. It depends on the deal. You're like, I'm just trying to get my question answered. Or based on availability, months of research, guesswork, no personalization, deal fear or paralysis. That's the old way. New way, you'll be able to get your answers faster, apply it to your specific situation, and then a clear step for each session. Now, I know I have some inner circle folks on here who already have access to it, right? But I built this because not everyone, that's me in front of my hotel, home to in El Reno. Not everyone can afford the 25,000 consultant, but everyone deserves access to knowledge, right? So I built the Von Group method because I watched so many aspiring investors lose time, money, and confidence just chasing the wrong information. So this is basically me, in your corner, just powered by AI. So who is this for? This is for a curious beginner. So I want to know which one of y'all, right? So curious beginner, you're just like on the sidelines, you ready, but you're still curious, right? But you definitely in the beginning stage. Or side hustler, you're entrepreneur, real estate is your next move. I think I've seen it already. Y'all let me know. More of a passive investor, no time to operate. You just want to invest in deals without owning or managing the property. The 9 to 5er. I know I got a lot of 9 to 5ers on the call, and I don't ever knock a 9 to 5er because the majority of my investors are 9 to 5ers. So you want access to work while you sleep, aspiring hotel owner, legacy builder. So what's inside the Von Group method? The deal analyzer, it can draft, generate LOIs, broker questions, scripts, passive investing guide, multifamily pathway, hotel buy box builder, capital stack builder, 30, 60, 90-day action plan, franchise application guide, and as well as an international module. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing. So, aspiring owner, legacy builder. So while I'm pulling up the actual program, does anyone have any questions? Okay, I'll share my screen again. Okay, so this is the software. So how you can work directly with me. This is the first page if you go to it, and you'll get 3 free questions. So you just have to sign up, and it's basically, think of it like a chat, Claude, or Gemini, right? Whatever AI software you use. And then these are the different things that will be discussed, or that you can talk about or ask about. Right. So that's that. But I'm going to log in so we can see. So we've actually had some folks who submitted questions. So I'm going to go over their questions first so y'all can see how it works. Okay, so this is what it looks like, right? So after you sign up, this is after you sign up, and I'll talk about the investment in a few. So this is where do you start, right? So anytime you want to make some type of investment, you want to get your money right. If you don't know, this is for folks who have no idea where you are financially, and you need to put together your personal financial statement, which a lender, and brands are going to know, and also. And if you do know your finances, then you can go to define your investment strategy, right? So, what does that look like? What does this mean? This means before you get started investing, you need to understand what your buy box, which type of hotel you want to invest. You may not be ready for a hotel. You may have to do residential or commercial. So, this helps you define your investment strategy so you can start looking for your investments. The next is finding and analyzing the deal. The investments are getting the money, which is the most important part. Building your team. How would you build your team? And then this is for my folks who want to get into multifamily, right? And then you can ask me a question here. And then this is a 30-day action plan. So this is a 30-day action plan. Look at that. They get you started. So we got 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. And it literally step by step to help you along your journey to become a hotel owner. So I'm holding your hand. So that what you're like, well, what's the difference between this and like chat, uh, Gemini and everything else? Because I'm holding your hand. So then it has a deal workspace, right? So you can upload your information here directly, like from a broker website or anybody sending you a deal to analyze, even if you're investing passively. So I did one already, so I uploaded it. You can either paste the property or paste the deal. So I uploaded the information. And I'm literally having a conversation with you about the deal, right? So what works, what to watch out for, next steps, financials, the pro forma information. So that way you could do that way you can generate a pro forma. You can download the pro forma, what this looks like from a financing standpoint. I give you my tidbits on financing. You can run a due diligence checklist, find a management company, build your offer strategy. And then if you have any questions about the deal, look at this. You can literally ask the broker and then it'll questions. Now, because it's going to give you a lot of questions. So, but here are just some questions. You don't want to ask them all unless you're like real serious, but it's a lot of questions, right? So if you're like, I don't even know what to ask the broker, I don't know what to do next, this walks you through it. So while it's generating that, I am going to start a new conversation and I am going to pull up the questions. So we're going to go to Ask Davonne AI. And I'm going to start with the questions that people. All right, so the first one is from Quentin. I think you're on. I think you're actually on the call. Okay, let's see. Um, so let's see. Ask Davonne AI. Okay. Okay. So here's a question. So Quentin wants to know how to use AI to scale your investor pipeline from 30 conversations to 300 while keeping the outreach personal and compliant. Okay. So the question is, how can I scale my investor pipeline from 30 conversations to 300 while keeping the outreach personal and compliant. Okay. All right. So Quentin, you on? You still on?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay. So see how I was answering your question?
Hmm. Thank you for that.
It says, let me be straight with you. Look, that sounds like me. Going from 30 conversations to 300 is not a volume problem, it's a systems problem. Most people try to solve it by sending more emails or posting more on LinkedIn. That is not how I built my investor pipeline. It is not how you should either. You scale by building a machine that feels personal, even if it's running at 10x the volume, and you do it in a way that keeps your securities attorney from having a heart attack. So here you go. So it gives you a plan, it breaks it down, the system that you can use to go from 30 to 300. Even it shows different events that you can attend, the different tiers, the investor funnel that you can build, to some of the software you can use. So hopefully that answered your question.
It
Let's
does.
see.
Thank you.
So we have another question. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, so this is from Christy. It says, how can AI help me find funding to purchase a commercial property or hotel when I have no down payment? Okay, so let's see. So here's a question, new conversation. Okay, so it says, how can how can I fund, how can I purchase? There we go. How can I purchase a commercial property or hotel when I have no down payment and I'm unable to use my retirement to fund the asset. Okay, there we go. Another question. Asking Davonne. Look, here's the honest truth. That's not Davonne. I'm telling you, that sounds like me. Commercial real estate and hotel deals require capital at the table. There is no legitimate path to buying a $2 to $10 million hotel with zero down payment. Anyone telling you otherwise is selling you a course, not a strategy. There you go. Lenders, whether SBA, conventional, or bridge, are going to want to see 10 to 25%, depending on the loan type, on a $3 million hotel. That's 3 to 750,000. That has to come from somewhere. But I don't have it yet. It's not the end of the conversation. So here's what I actually do in your situation. See, so it's different ways that you can use, right? You don't need a down payment to exposure to real estate. You can invest in the REITs. You can invest investor. That comes up. You can raise through capital partners. You can build your capital stack. So these are just different ways. And then it has different questions right now to get you ready. Like what's your FICO score and all of this. I don't see all this information, but you don't want to, again, this is powered by AI. So you want to be careful what you put, and that's with any tool that you use. But here are some questions to kind of get you started. We have, let's see, how can I turn this AI method into a side hustle? You mean how can you use real estate as a side hustle? Is that what the question? Is that the question? I see it. How can I turn this into a side hustle? So let's see, how let me see. How can I use real estate as a side hustle? So great question. I want to make sure I give you the right answer, not a generic one. Real estate as a side hustle means different things depending on where you are financially right now. Let me ask you a few questions so I can point you in the exact right direction. Go one at a time. So are you looking to actively buy and own, or are you interested in mostly passive? It's a conversation to kind of see if that's the right way, or to give you the best answer. So hopefully that helps. So are people understanding how this software works? Y'all like it? Is this something that y'all could see yourself using to help you all with your deals? It sounds helpful. Nice. Yay. Michelle, I think you have access to this already. Not yet, still getting the feel. Yeah, so basically uh it's for folks who are looking to buy real estate, and the folks who've been using it, they've been using it just to help them analyze deals. That's probably the best way to help them analyze deals and then what to do next. And then we have a multifamily component, and then we'll be adding other real estate asset classes as well. For the software, correct. Yes. Let me show you the investments. So the software, as a founding member, it is $500 uh annually for the software. Make sure my screen. So as you can see, the folks who've been using it is like working with me directly, right? Analyzing deals. It saves time. It's been saving a lot of folks, my inner circle members, a lot of time. And I've been working with them a lot on the program, the software. Is like, okay, Davonne, I need this. This will really would help me. This will really help me because they're analyzing deals all the time. So they're looking to buy a hotel, right? Um, so just really just making it more accessible and more user friendly, right? So the investment, it comes with a deal analyzer, the hotel buy box builder, the 30, 60, 90-day action plans. It'll generate the LOI or offer letter. It'll help you build your capital stack, the broker and due diligence scripts, passive. And we just scratched the surface, right? New modules will definitely be going to be added. Um, International hotel investing will help you with that. One of our inner circle members wanted to add short-term rentals and mid-term rentals, so we're going to be adding that as well. So definitely more to come. So yes, the investment is 500 for the year. $57 a month. You can cancel at any time, and so basically you get access to me 24/7 at a fraction of the cost, because that is definitely at the price to work with me directly. But you get to and ask any questions that you may have. Oh, yay, Lisa. Lisa, you should have access to this. We'll have to get it for you. We'll have to get it to you. All the inner circle members have access to this. Okay, I have to get you to, you should, I guess you didn't see the link. We'll get it for you. Okay, so if you join today, now the inner circle costs more. If you get sign up for the inner circle, it's 2,500. But if you join today, you'll get the 30-day first move blueprint. You get the deal analysis cheat sheet, and if you could join the inner circle community today, right? Um, so you go. I'll put the link in the chat so that way you all can sign up. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you all again for bearing with me earlier. Does anyone have any questions? You like it? Yay! I hope you do. I made it for you all. Yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. Like I said, we have folks that are using it, they're using it a lot. They're using it to analyze deals. When they analyze deals, they don't know what questions to ask next. They don't know what to do next. It's like, okay, so I analyze this deal. What do I do next? Okay, I need to ask the broker question. I don't know what to ask the broker. Okay, I need to talk to the brand. I didn't know I need to talk to the brand. Okay, what do I need to ask the brand? So all of those things that if you're trying to get into that space, yeah, I try to be straight to the point. I really do. Does it show how safe or good neighborhoods? Let's pull it up. I would be cautious with that. I wouldn't say safe, but it kind of gives you, hold on, let me show you. And that's something that can be added. especially when you're looking for real estate. Let me pull it up. Yeah, we can get that added because it does have like the market market analysis, so it does give you some information about the market, right? So the market strength, to answer your question, yes, right? So it gives you the demand generators. This is for a hotel deal I analyze. Above market, competitive position. So it does give you market analysis. For the folks who are looking to raise capital or looking to invest passively, we have a section on here for investor where you can raise capital for your deal, learn about how you could do it, or invest passively through Vestor. Yeah, I don't do all that fluff. I like, straight to the point. We're dealing with millions of dollars. We don't have time to be playing. So hopefully to answer your questions, Avery, does it show how safe or good the neighborhoods, the cities are in those neighborhoods? Yeah. So that right here, let me pull back up the screen. So it kind of gives you an idea about the market, right? And so it gave us market strength of 8 out of 10, right? If it wasn't probably in a desirable area, probably wouldn't be that high, right? This is where you could generate your LOI letter and put your information in there. And then here it is, it'll generate it. And then you could download it as a PDF or copy the text. So I try to make it really, really, really simple for you. You can save it to the deals and see how all your deals are like right here that you analyze. And then for the folks that just want to like a quick loan calculator right here, that's added. And then we have it if you want to insert the information manually, then you can do that as well. So some folks they want to, do it manually, which is fine, or you could just upload the information. So you can start owning as an author part-time behavior tech. I mean, if you got the money and if you can or find access to the money and put the deal together, yeah. I mean, this tool will help you. That was the whole purpose of the tool, right? Because you can't really, it gives you the surface level stuff, but it really gives you the yeah, add a section to analyze laundry mass and self-storage. Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I do that. Because this is it's not just for hotels, it's for commercial real estate as well. So yeah, that's a good suggestion. So I get that added to analyze laundromats and self-storage. So I mentioned all those different modules that will be added. So it's just continuously growing. And I've created this for you all. So it's like, okay, what do you all need to make it better? So that's what I've been doing. The link. There you go. That's the link. Sure. For my folks who have a question, sign up. Give you. Oh, so I can show you what it looked like. Yeah, what's the question? I get it answered. Here's the prices to show. The monthly, the annual, and then joining the inner circle at a discounted price. Let me get that question answered. Okay, what's the question, Akeisha? You're not talking to listing agents, you're talking to wholesalers. Because the information is on, if you go, because you're talking to people who don't have, no, this, well, so this software will help you find out where to go to find hotels, right? So you're talking to wholesalers. And the reason why they are asking for proof of funds because they got to go back to prove this seller that they can sell this hotel, right? They have serious buyers. But if you go to like, here, let me show you. If you go to LoopNet or if you go to Crexy, those are websites y'all should be growing to. And all of that is all you just have to do is sign a document. Yeah, you're not talking to listing agents, you're talking to wholesalers. Because brokers, they don't do that. So this is where you can go. So you'll go to these sites. First, I would recommend that you create your buy box first using the software, and then you go to these sites. And you can even ask the software, where can I go to find hotels? Right. And then and then in order for you to build relationships with brokers, then you can use the software to help you build your buy box. So that way you can work with the broker and they can start sending you deals and start getting on mailing lists. So hopefully that answer. I work at it. Yeah. hmm Yeah. I've seen so many times where a wholesaler will be like, "Oh, you got to show me the proof of funds," and the next day I see it on Craigslist, like with the financials. So I don't be. That's how I knew when you said that. I was like, "You dealing with a wholesaler? They're not a listing agent because they don't have a signed contract with the seller." That's great. We have any other questions? Have any other questions? Well, I appreciate you all. I hope that this software makes sense. I thank you for bearing with me as I had some Zoom issues earlier, but we made it work. So I appreciate you. If you have any questions, please let me know. You'll definitely get a replay of this, as well as the link. Um, and would and ask me anything is what we say in the software. So thank you all, and you all have an amazing night. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you all. And if I don't talk to you all before then, have a happy 4th of July. Happy holiday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, you all.